Hi, I'm Laura and welcome to my channel. I am so excited to be sharing some of the recent changes going on in my garden. As you can see, I've got my wonderful fiance out there. He is hanging up some cute new bee houses I got. Now, I picked these up because the carpenter bees are so common where we live, and they tear up our fences and the wood siding on our house to make their dwellings. And it's just like a natural problem that we have in this area, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. And they're pollinators and they don't sting. So, as far as bees go, they're pretty great in that regard. It's just the fact that they're dwelling in wood. So I picked up these cute little bee boxes, hoping that they will make a more appealing home for all of those bees to lay their eggs in, instead of them dwelling into all of our wood stuff that we want to keep nice. So that is the hopes and dreams. And then you can see I am doing another round of seed starting here. This is my third round of seed starting. I read a lot about succession sowing, and I really wanted to try that out. That way I would have flowers and veggies blooming at different times throughout the season. I'm working on that while my fiance is doing even more stuff in the garden for me. As you can see, he is also making me a DIY trellis panel thing. So I'm loving this. I'm taking pictures of him doing it. That way I can document it in my scrapbook. Basically using cattle panel to make these trellises in the garden, connecting two of my garden beds that are in full sun. And this is like a common DIY that you can find on YouTube. Well, it turns out I can't fit cattle panel into my vehicle. So I went ahead and got a different type of wire thing, and my husband built a wood frame for me to hold it in place, and that's what we've got going on there. And I really love the way that that looks. I think it's so charming, and it adds such gorgeous character to the garden. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited to have stuff growing on it. I just imagine that this will be gorgeous and full of life. Stephen put most of that arched trellis together off of camera. It was like 100-degree day in May, and it was full sun. So you can't see in the scope of the camera right here, but basically he had it in the bed to kind of see where he needed to make the markings and all of that for the frame and for attaching the metal panel to it. And then he took all the parts under a shade tree and actually assembled it over there, and then brought it back and installed it because it took a little while and it was really hot out. So I didn't record that on camera. I just focused on what I was doing in the garden, and very appreciative to have his help to do some of the installation of some new things. And my hope is that I'll have lots more arched trellises in the future. But for this season and this year, I'm going to start off with just the one and see how it goes, see how it holds up. So I am working on some transplants right now. I am putting green beans and sugar snap peas all along the base of the arched trellis. And you can see my cute little kitty cat is wanting all the attention and is very curious. So I love him so much, and I think he is just the cutest. So I love having him hang out with me and all the cute little things that make me happy to have a cat, like him being out there and sharpening his claws on the wooden fence. Like, that just makes me so happy, because our last cat, as much as I love him so much, he died of a chronic illness in old age several years ago. But he liked to sharpen his claws on our carpet. So every time I see our current cat sharpening his claws on our wooden fence, I am very thankful, and I just am reminded how grateful I am for him, even though I miss my other cat so much. So I love having his company, and he's just inspecting my work here and inspecting the garden beds to see how everything's going. After doing all of that transplanting with the green beans, the sugar snap peas along the arch trellis, and then also some flowers in the raised garden beds, I am finishing up the evening by giving everything a really good water in the beds. And that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me on this eventful day in the garden. I hope you're enjoying seeing how this garden is coming together. I am really just getting started with all of this in 2021. Those 4 raised garden beds you can see are new for this year. The bee houses are new. The arch trellis is new. Everything is coming in just a little bit at a time. And I really love the direction that it's headed and have big dreams for this space one day. But for now, I'm really grateful for these small beginnings. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you want to see more videos about intentional living and life in the garden. I will catch you in the next video. Bye, friends.